What's up guys, Zhaenn here for another walkthrough video. This time on Pokemon XD. We're here in Gateon Port, and if you talk to this sailor right here, you can challenge him to a battle if you say you are not captivated by his singing. So we're gonna hop right in, and now these battles that don't have anything in them are going to be sped up. I don't know if I said that already, probably not. But there you go. I'm also gonna put the music at normal speed, just because the music sped up isn't really the best. Like, it's not the best. So I'm going to just put the normal music. So there we go. We just took him out. Really easy battle. But when you win, he's going to reward you with TM45, which is Attract. So I mean, if you really need it, you can challenge this guy. I just do it for the experience, but the reward for Attract isn't really the best there is, right? So if we continue on over here, I'm just going to maybe talk to some people, show you around the town. So yeah, the other guy that we met, Mr. Verich, which is a play on word with very rich. It's a really bad one, but you know, at least they tried, I guess. Now over here is the Pokemon Center, so you can just heal your Pokemon at the reception over there. And if you go upstairs, you can find some sailors that are eager to go back at sea. And he says he's got his supplies and his Pokemon ready, and he's just eager to go. So I mean, I guess that's cool to know. I'm just showing you guys this. I don't know why, but why not? Now if you come over to the shop over here, you can talk to the shopkeeper, and he's like really not confident in himself. He's really happy that he finally owns a Pokemon Mart, but that's about it. So if you bring up the inventory, you can just get potions and various status problem removers, such as burn heals, ice heals, paralyze heals, antidotes, all that good stuff. Now if you come over here, you can talk to this old lady right here, and she's going to tell you that she is retired from selling herbal medicines. So I mean, I guess that's nice to know. Then this girl will tell you about status problems and how to cure them. And here is actually a Munchlax. Now Munchlax was only introduced in 4th generation with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and later on Platinum. So this Pokemon isn't even available if you get the national dex, you know. It's like only a preview Pokemon. So when you try to go inside this building, this sailor is going to stop you and send out this Wingull and Lotad. We're just gonna make quick work of them. One shot each of them, and there we go. Alright, so now we can go inside, but first I think I'm going to talk to those two sailors right there, because they have some funny lines and dialogues, so just listen to this. Now the guy's like calling to this other guy, isn't that right, matey? I'd say so, matey. Then he talks again. That's a surprise, matey. I'd say so, matey. I'd think someone really rich, blah 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 blah. Do you agree, matey? I'd say so, matey. When someone's talking, you should be paying attention. Is that right, matey? I'd say so, matey. Like, these guys just always crack me up. Like, this other guy just like doesn't listen to his partner and just like, yeah, yeah, he just agrees to whatever the other guy's saying. Over here you can see two performers juggling, I guess. Now if you go behind the bar, don't ask me why a little kid is permitted to go behind the bar, but you can open this chest in the cave basement slash, you know, thingy, and you can get a super potion, so really good for you. If you come upstairs over here, you can find Mr. Very Rich over here with his two guys, and Jovi calls him Mr. Cool Man just because he put a fool in his place, like he says. and this other guy just tells us to keep it quiet and refrain from disturbing them. So yeah. Now this guy right here, I actually didn't know that because I normally don't really talk to people. In this game, I just, I know where to go and everything, so when I play by myself, I just do the story stuff. But this guy, I think he tells you the happiness level of your Pokemon. So, pretty useful, that guy that gave you the thing to evolve your Eevee. Now you can also go on this stage if you go out by the back, and you can, I don't know, disturb the guys. I really don't understand the point of that, but So this guy is going on stage, but like it's his first time, and he's really nervous about it. Now there's these two Krabbies over here, and they're actually called Krabbilly and Krabbetti. So I guess that's a male and female Krabby, and they also perform on stage. So that's those guys that this other hunter guy was talking about. These are the stage veterans that he was mentioning. And he says his act, or their act, is the #1 worldwide. So I was with some pretty famous people over here. But enough of that. I think we're going to continue on our way. We need to get that machine part so that something in the Pokemon HQ lab may work again. That's something being the Purify Chamber. So, to get the machine part, you first need to go over here in the bridges, and then this other guy is going to come out and you can get the machine part by that. We did that in part 2, but now that the bridges are fixed, you can go and talk to this guy, which is alone in the mountains. I really don't know what he's doing over here, but then you can challenge him to a battle. And if you notice, this one is not sped up. That is because this is a very important battle, and you don't want to miss it if you want to do 100% in this game. So I'm going to show you why. That is because there is a shadow Pokemon. That one being Lediba. Now Lediba is not really good. It doesn't learn any good moves, and it has really low stats to begin with, so there's not a whole lot to work with Lediba. So I would suggest just catching it and passing the team member. There are better choices that you can do. So yeah, just do that. Now if the Tailo was the one that was the shadow Pokemon, it would have been a lot better because Swellow is actually a pretty good flying type to have. But I guess the designers of Nintendo just said no. Or I guess this is not a Nintendo game, this is like Genius Sonority or something like that. But it's licensed by Nintendo, so. So there we actually get reverse mode. I don't think we experienced that already. Now reverse mode is going to damage you at the end of the turn. Now the reason I'm calling Vaporeon right now is because if I throw a Snack Ball and I catch the Lediba, it's going to override the call feature on Teddiursa. Normally, call goes before any other attacks that you do, but a Snack Ball throw comes before the call. So I really wanted to get that heart gauge down because that's what it does. If a Pokemon is in reverse mode and you call it, its heart gauge is going to lower by a lot. As you can see right there, I almost have 2 bars down, while I only had a bit more than 1 at the beginning of the battle. So it really does help in purifying Pokemon. And reverse mode is like completely random. Although I think it appears more if the Pokemon has its heart gauge lower. So like the remaining 2 bars are going to be really easy if you battle with it often, because you're just going to get reverse mode every other turn. Or at least that's what I think. So we successfully caught the Lediba. Now Lediba is also level 10, so it's a level behind Teddiursa. The only good thing that I can think of right now is that Ladybug learns Aerial Ace, and that is a very powerful move. It's a 90 base power with the stab bonus that Ladybug gets because it's also a flying type. So I mean, I guess it's pretty powerful for this early on in the game, but it really falls off later on with Zhaenn and all the crappy stats. So if you open that chest, you can get some Pokeballs, and when you enter the lighthouse, if you go to the left, you can find a chest containing a potion. Now you can just go back to the other side and open this chest right here, and it contains a Paralyze Heal. So I mean, that's pretty useful items for the beginning of the game, of course. Now if we talk to this old grandma, she's going to say, oh, you're a rare sight, you're a rare child. Normally people would take the elevator. And believe it or not, I did not know there was an elevator the first few times I played. So I always used to go up the lighthouse, collect all the items, then go back by foot. I don't know why I didn't like click that there was an elevator. I didn't talk to any people either to like know that they were mentioning that there was one. So yeah. If you talk to this old man, he's going to he's going to tell you that if there were not big clouds around the Citadark Isle, we would see gorgeous sunsets at night, or at dusk, I should say, whatever. Point is, there are dark clouds over Citadark Isle, and I mean that maybe just because it's raining over there, whatever. But it seems that the dark clouds are always there, so maybe that's a little suspicious over there. I don't know really what's going on. So this fight is also a very important one if you want to do 100%, because there's a shadow Pokemon, that one being Poochyena. Poochyena is not really your best option because Mightyena really has a good attack stat, but all dark type moves are special attack because this is before the special split, or the physical special split. On top of that, Poochyena evolves pretty early into Mightyena and gets the ability Intimidate, which is a really good one. However, he doesn't learn any good moves, or any really good moves for this generation, I guess, so there's not really a whole lot to work with Mightyena. If you want a dark type, there are better options later on that can better utilize the typing, and that also learn some other good moves. Because pretty much the best that you can get with a dark type is Crunch, because that's the best dark type move there was in this game. And you know, as I said, Poochyena cannot really take advantage of the great power that Crunch has because it has really a bad special attack stat. So we're going to throw a Snag Ball, and there it is. We caught Poochyena. Now, just like Ladybug, Poochyena is a level behind Teddiursa, and for all the reasons that I mentioned, I wouldn't recommend putting it on your team unless you're doing something like a Monotype run and you're doing a Dark type Monotype run. Then you can maybe consider it, because you know there are other Dark types, but there are not like crazy amounts. So if you want a lot of Pokemon on your team, then maybe you can include Poochyena in there. So we've done everything that there is to do in Gateon Port. So now all we need to do is deliver the machine part to the Pokemon HQ lab so that they can make the Purified Chamber actually work. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. So rate the video, like it if you liked it, dislike it, whatever you want to do. Comment down below, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode in the Pokemon HQ lab. See you guys then.